Okay. Well, good afternoon, folks. Today is Thursday, May 28th. It is my niece's birthday, Victoria. So happy birthday, Victoria. I'd like to share a little around the town with you. I hope you don't mind. I'm trying a new position on my phone. Hopefully it won't fall off. It probably will, and if it does, well, then I'm fucked. Anyway, as you can see, it's kind of shaky. I'll flip it around for you so you can see. Oh, I just took a picture. Never mind. Anyway, I'd like to talk about something I thought about yesterday. Yesterday I did my first vlog, and today I'm doing another one. So, why I decided to ride after so long, or what made me want to ride after so long. I'm 46. I got my first bike. It's a 2001 FXD. Beautiful paint job, really pretty. And I just enjoy this so much. Now, I waited so long for this bike, or this bike, but for the most part, I've been wanting a bike all my life. It's just the first opportunity I've had to actually get one that I can afford, and it's treating me well so far. You know, some things I want to do to it, but that's fine. But something I wanted to talk about, you know, not just why I decided to ride, but the question of, could I do it or not? That was a big question. You know, of course, you know, you can do anything if you set your mind to it. That's a bunch of hogwash, because obviously, you know, I can't be an astronaut right now, even though I'd like to be, but, you know, I can't, because it's just not how it works. You know, a lot of schooling, a lot of learning, or whatever. But anyway, can I do it or not was the big question. You know, and I told my wife, if I can't, I figure out that I can't, and I'll stop. But I have to at least give it a shot. Yeah, because that's one of the most important things, is trying. Not just trying, but doing. And doing is the key word. It's not trying, it's doing. You know, it's if you do, then you're doing. And you know, the reason why I didn't know if I could or not was because I suffer from, I don't want to say suffer, but I have what's called Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease. And what that is a one of the most common forms of a neuropathic degenerative disease, you know, hereditary neuropathy, and it's part of the muscular dystrophy family. So I say that I have muscular dystrophy because if I go into explaining Charcot-Marie-Tooth, people are like, "Oh, is that related to sharks?" You know, it's not. Yeah. It's not related to sharks, but it's the name of the 3 guys who discovered it. And 1 in 2,500 people, I believe it's 1 in 2,500 people have it, and most don't even know it. Doctors don't even know what it is. They're treating patients for arthritis, with this. And what it does is it gives you, atrophy in the lower muscles and legs and arms, and minor bone disfigurement in the hands and feet. Also affects your spinal cord and your spinal column, your spine, all sorts of other items. Fatigue, fine motor control, and sometimes even gross motor control. And it's not easy. It's like on a daily. It's a reminder of that I have it, and I don't like to complain about it because other people can't see it. And I don't show it off. It's not like I say, hey, I can't do that because I got this. It's like, I'll try anything. If somebody tells me I can't do something, I'm on it. And if I really can't do it, I'll say, hey man, I can't do that. Or I'm not gonna do that. I hate when people say it's like, you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't. You're gonna hurt yourself, or you don't know what you're doing, or you're too uncoordinated, and my balance is all messed up. How can you ride a motorcycle if your balance is messed up? Well, here's both my hands. It's not hard. It's keeping it up. It's not hard. It's like I've dropped my bike 3 times, and that's because I lost my balance when putting a bike when standing. And it wasn't when I was riding, it was when I was standing still. Put your foot down, you get some sand, and whoop, there you go. My maiden voyage coming home with the bike. And as soon as my brother-in-law came out of the house, when I got home, I was dropping the bike right there as soon as I stopped after an hour and a half ride. First time on a bike in 12 years. That's what happened. Because, it happens. I'm just glad to say that, I've already dropped it. Now I don't need to drop it anymore. But, who knows? Anything can change. But, so riding with disabilities. I hate to think of what I have as a disability. It's not an inability. I'm just not as good at things that other people can do because of my physical limitations. Picking up a penny off the floor or a table, silly things like pinching together a safety pin. There's a number of things I can't do or that I struggle with, and they're struggles. I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining. And when I ask for help, I hate asking for help. Because it's just not, it's not fun. It's demeaning and it's embarrassing, and people look at you like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you do it? Well, that's my problem. I'll deal with why I can't, but I need your help right now with getting it done. And I hate asking for help. But so my big thing was, there's some modifications I want to do for my to the bike to help me out with shifting. I only have a toe shifter. I want a heel toe shifter, but I have forward controls, so I want to get a heel toe shifter with mini floorboards for forward controls. Now, they don't necessarily they're not very popular with models of my bike to be able to have that, so I got to figure it out, and I'll get it. I know I can figure it out at some point. So that's one of the big things. More comfortable grips, better spot for my feet, longer foot pegs, that type of stuff. That'll help. Highway bars, that'll help. It'll help with what I want to do. Now, to make it easier for me to ride, I'm not finding it too difficult right now to do so, which is good. I'm very blessed to be as able-bodied as I am. I called myself a fortunate CMTer, to the people in the group, because a lot of the people that have the CMT have it far worse than I do, far worse than my family did. Where it's hereditary. My mom had it, my brother and my son and myself. My daughter, his daughter, my brother's daughter does not, which is great, because it stops with them, so but I had to give it a shot. That's not saying I'm going to try, that's saying I have to give it a shot. And so far, I'm not disappointed with my abilities. I find it easier to ride a motorcycle than I do to walk, a straight line, because that's the hard part, is just walking a straight line. Oh, look where I am. That's great. All right, so which way should I go? I'll go left. These guys are nice right here. I've used them before. I gotta get up to speed. I have a lot of friends in the motorcycle community, and not just people that I hang out with on a daily basis, but people all over the world. I'm part of an online social virtual community where you can be whatever you want to be, and I chose to be a biker and a president of an online fictitious motorcycle club. And so I know how bylaws work, I know how rules work, I know how MCs work. I'm not part of any right now. I'm part of a group, in real life, which I'm just starting my community participation. I don't know what you call it. I'm just starting my membership, there, and I don't want to say I hopped on it, but it was right off the bat. When I went to a group ride, first one ever. And people were asking, hey, anybody want to sign up? And if, of course, hey, it took me a few minutes, and I was like, what, I'll give it a shot, and see what happens. And I got my first meeting coming up in the next week from today, and I'm excited about it because I haven't been part of anything like that in real life. And like I said, I've known people who have. My family members, certain members of my family have been part of motorcycle communities, clubs, groups, whatever you want to call them, and they did a good job doing it. But so there are some things that I want to get. There are some things I want to have. There are some things I want to do. My bucket list stuff, and this was one of them. This was totally a bucket list thing. It's like I had to be able to. I wanted to own a motorcycle of my own. I wanted to ride a motorcycle of my own. Get on it whenever I wanna. Go somewhere, do something. And have fun. And I'm doing it. And I hope everybody out there can find something that they enjoy doing, as much as this, because it really is peaceful yet busy, because you have to concentrate on everything. And I am a noob. I've been on bikes all my life. I know the functionality. I'm slightly mechanically inclined, so I do know how to work on things. I have, worked on vehicles of my own, but my hands are getting bad, so it's really difficult for me to do that, and I'm not going to ask. I hate asking for help. Hey, can you put this on for me? Or, hey, can you help me out with this thing? Because I don't want to bother anybody else with my hobby, but sometimes I need to. Nothing I can do about it. It's just a very meaningful thing, and I wish I got to enjoy this with, my dad and my uncle and other members of my family that rode, or that ride still. Trying to get my brother to get his bike put back together, and that might take a while, but he's working on it. He's got pieces of my dad's first bike, that he's still working on, and I hope he gets it together so we can ride together, like my dad and his brother did, and me and my brother will too someday, I hope. So, but there's a lot of people out there that assisted me in relearning how to ride, and there's many different aspects of it, balance, steering, awareness, safety, all these things, and just watched a video from one of the guys, and they talk about the 4 most important things to learn is braking, throttle control, counter steering, and sight. See where you are. See, look far down the road. Make sure that you can see ahead of you. Just don't be in the wrong gear when you go in places. Don't do the wrong thing. Don't make sure everybody sees you. I gotta get in this lane, so I'll turn. There we go. Shut that blinker off. Now, like I said, I hope everybody gets to enjoy something like this. Ooh. I have to stop really quickly. Make sure I'm in first gear. There we go. Good. Now, whew, it's warm. See, that's why. Sometimes third gear is pretty hard to find, and it's not because of the shifter or anything. I think it's just because of my feet. So, this wind feels so nice. I'm really enjoying it. So, as you can see, it's a beautiful day out, and I'm going to enjoy it for a little while. But make sure that you take care of yourself. You be safe out there. Wave to your fellow brethren on 2s. And be respectful. Look twice. Because I don't want to get killed. Nobody else does. Nobody wants to kill anybody. Just enjoy yourself out there and leisurely. Don't be crazy, do wheelies and stuff like that, unless you could do it and do it for a living. That would make sense to me. So the gist out of this vlog here, my second, is riding with disabilities. How do you manage what you have versus what you could do, and don't let anybody tell you no. How do I do it? I don't know. I just do. I knew I could. And, I'm sure I'll be tested at some point. I've already been tested. I've had dead batteries, ran out of gas. I ran over a squirrel. I dropped it all in the same day. That was like a week and a half ago. So I had a day of firsts, and it was all these things. So that's that happens. It's not really. You don't really predict these things. Your awareness is instantaneous. As a you don't get to plan. So just be aware, and be cautious, and have fun. My name's Goob. I hope you like and subscribe. Share it. With your friends. And as my videos get more and more detailed about things, I'll share them more. I'm still trying to figure out this video thing. I've been watching a lot of other people do it, and they got sponsors and headlines and graphics and stuff, and I don't. So, but I don't care. I'm just out here having fun. Alright, so be well to others. Be good to yourself. If you can't love the one you're with, love yourself. Go Pats. Minus Tom and Gronk. Sellouts. Alright. You all have a good day.